Hey guys, welcome to Wild Company and I. Today I just came from a walk in my local forest. It's the first time I've actually been out of my housing estate or my village for the last 10 weeks. I felt now it's slightly safer and more appropriate for me to go out a bit further and travel a bit further to go for a walk. And I thought today I'd come along to my local forest and go for a walk and have a chat. I was originally just going to come out for a walk and cook up some noodles, but when I went to put my car to put the bag in, I found a wee kit that I made up several years ago, a wee EDC type kit, and I thought it would be nice today to maybe look at that and see how my mindset's changed in the last few years, and maybe look and see what the kit has and what it hasn't got, and maybe even get some of your input into what you think the kit should have in the future or what's missing. This here is a bit more in it, so it has a bit of first aid and a bit of basic fire lighting and water filtration that can be used. So I thought it would be nice to come out, use this here kit to light the fire and cook the food. Okay guys, this is my everyday carry kit that I've kept in the car for multiple years, and I say if I go out for a walk I would pick it up and use it, so I would take it with me if I haven't got anything else with me. And it covered a few basic things, but with my experience now moving on and different technologies and different skills, this kit's changed slightly and it will actually be updated, and that's why today I thought I'll show you it before I update it. So first thing is, it has a band that I use to hold a knife, and I had a torch in here as well. The torch is taken out now currently, and on both the knife and the thing there's a piece of 550 paracord which has this red strand in it, and this red strand is used for fire lighting. It's actually a waxed material that you can scrape off and use to light fires, and it's quite handy. The box itself is shockproof hard plastic, which is waterproof, rubber seal on it. The knife itself is just a cheap Halt Fours knife, and there's some jute twine wrapped around the handle, as I say, which can be used for lighting fires or tying up things, whatever may be required. So ready straight away, 2 pieces of material that can be used for lighting a fire. So that's the first thing. In the box itself then, as I say, I haven't opened this up in a few years, so bear with me. We'll go through it together and let's see what we think of it now. It's a rubber sealed container that has a rubber gasket. So first of all, piece of birch bark, never goes amiss. Some water purification tablets. These are actually out of date, so as I say, this kit needs updated, so it does, but if needs be, if you had a plastic water bottle or anything like that, you could use it here to purify most water. So you could, I think I mentioned net filtration, but it's not filtration, it's just purification. There's still be sediment and debris and stuff in it as well. Part of this here then is actually a sanitary pad, and it's really good for first aid as a wound dressing, or also good for fire lighting. This in here is just in a plastic sheath, so it's not waterproof, but it's definitely water resistant, so it is, you know, I mean, and it's because in this here container it doesn't really need to be waterproof. This is where something the kit, I say, over time's changed. I carry batteries in here. These batteries were designed for the torch that went with it, but to be honest, I think it's an unnecessary requirement to carry these in the EDC now, and as you can see, it takes up quite a lot of space, so that's probably something we change out. Obviously, a lighter. Invaluable to light a fire. I'm going to light the fire today with this kit, so but I'm not going to use a lighter, so I'm not going to steal our things in here. A small open L knife, as I say. This knife here, obviously on the outside's handy, but it could fall off or be forgotten, whereas this is actually maintained inside the box, so it is, and just a small open L knife, as I say, and does very well for most jobs. On down in the kit then we have one of them cheap chainsaws. I found when I was using it here and testing it that it actually would rub against your hands. So I just added slips of rubber to the finger slots, so when you're using the chain, so it wouldn't actually hurt your fingers. And also the rubber can be used to get a fire lit in difficult conditions as well. A few tea lights. Again, this kit's moving on to this slightly, so I probably wouldn't be so inclined to include tea lights going forward, but it is nice, not only for morale to have a bit of light or heat, but also in bad conditions you can use a lighter to light a tea light and use that as a more permanent flame to try and get the fire going, etc. So it has got a purpose, it has, but to be honest, these with the batteries are probably going to be taken out, so they are replaced with, not quite sure yet. Maybe if you have any ideas you can give me a shout, but this kit's one of my earlier kits that isn't. It's kind of actually a hybrid EDC kit / repair kit that I used at the start. So there's some things in here, as you can see, some plastic vinyl glue for repairing air mats, etc. And again, some plastic repair. So that will probably be changed out for something that's, I have an R kit which I call a possibles pouch that I carry in my main bag, so I would always have it with me when I'm using my air mat, so this is probably a bit redundant in this kit here, to be honest it is, but nonetheless it's there for now. Some plasters. Instead of plasters combination with the sanitary tile is the makeshift first aid kit, and again a pencil with some duct tape wrapped around it, again just for small repairs or for taping up a wound with the other bits there. Very, very rudimental, but basic, and it works. Some paracetamol tablets to say, just in case you need it to have some painkillers. Some cotton wool balls. These actually aren't waxed, which surprisingly aren't actually covering petroleum jelly or wax, but nonetheless, some PJ balls. And these are the things that I'm going to use them today, actually, Sam, because I want to get rid of them. They're the wee fire lighter solid fuel tabs. Again, not required in EDC, so I'm going to re-update this EDC kit. So as you can see, there's some things in here that, when removed, take up a lot of the space, and actually we'll be able to replace with something more beneficial maybe. So if you have any ideas in the comments section below, let us know, let me know. And the last thing is one of these survival ferro rod / storage container jobbies. Very cheap one, so it is. It's got a compass, but I wouldn't trust that compass to take me very far, so I wouldn't. But it does have a striker on the top of it, and quite a small ferro rod, but nonetheless a ferro rod on the inside. With then, I think at this end here, there's a place to store tinders. There is a small place to store tinder. So it's not the best. I wouldn't want to be relying on it, but as a backup to a lighter, it works well. So it does. So we'll maybe give this a go today. So we'll see how it works. See if I can even use it. We'll see. It's quite hard. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll not be light a fire today. So not because I'm just heating up some noodles. I'm going to use these here solid fuel tablets, but I won't be able to light them there directly with the ferro rod. So I'm going to have to use some. I'll use some of the birch bark and some of the cotton wool balls to try and get this here lit. What I brought with me today was, again, just something different. I only brought a small bag with me today, so I thought, why not? I'll look in my cupboard and see what I have. And this here's a Yugoslavian mess kit setup. I originally bought this here actually so that they stitch onto the side of my OK35 bag, but I actually changed it out for the Swedish pouch, as you can see in its original current formation. This here's a complete kit. It actually has a water bottle inside it as well, so, which is quite nice. And open up here for you. It's got a really robust and nice knife, fork, spoon set. Actually, I bought a few of these kits I have just purely and utterly for the knife, fork, spoon setup. But the kit themselves is okay. So it's not my favorite. It's not my most favourite. So it's not. It doesn't have a burner or a windbreak, etc., etc., etc. So today I'm going to have to mock up a windbreak for it, but I'll show you anyway. So the main body of the unit is an aluminium cooking pot with a handle that folds down here, and then the lid is an eating pot, and the inside lid, or the lid of the water bottle, is a cup, and then the water bottle filled inside it, and I think it's 750 millilitres, so it is. So that's the full setup there with the knife, fork and spoon. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mock up some kind of cook stand for the pot and use the wee solid fuel burner tabs to boil up some water for some noodles. So okay guys, I had to get a bit creative today. So this pot doesn't have a bail lip in it, so I can't hang it over any flame. So what it does have is it has a handle that folds down. So what I've done is this branch line here, I've cleared away the ground below it, and put a Y-shaped branch here to put the peg in. So hopefully when the water goes in here, hopefully it won't spill out. Hopefully the pressure pushing down here against that air will keep it from spilling, and we can boil some water for some noodles. So yeah. Might take slightly longer with this ferro rod, we'll see. Okay, I don't know if you can see or not, but these have ignited, these fuel tabs, and we'll see if this water boils. One of the downsides of this pot, as I say, is the lid of it's actually plastic, so you have to be very careful over open flames, especially using the lid of it. So I'm going to leave it open, so I'm just see if I can get a boil without it closed up at all. If I need to, I'll put the plastic lid over and just keep an eye on it as well, but at the minute when there's well in flames going up, I'm not going to bother. Well, as you can see, I had to add some twigs to the mix to get the noodles boiled. One of the reasons why I never really like solid fuel. Well, first of all, it's a chemical, so it's never really good. And as that shows, the full pack couldn't even boil the water in a windy day. Okay, I know I wasn't using a solid fuel burner S-bit stove or an air. And then fuel's been there for a couple of years, so obviously that might be some degradation. But to be honest, it just shows that I don't really trust them. Yugoslavian mess kit setup, really like it. In fact, the water bottle fits inside it is a really nice touch, and it's a complete system with drink cup, eating cup, and knife, fork, spoon. And as I say, you have the ability to do some nice wee things. Downsides of it is it doesn't come with a stove. Well, I'm not sure how it used originally, to be honest, but I have to do some research. But to carry a stove, you'd probably have to get rid of the water bottle, so that's part of the feature. And it doesn't have any way of hanging itself from the fire if you want to eat over fire. It's compact and it's versatile for one person, as it was designed. And the knife, fork, spoon set is by far one of my favourite sets on the market for army surplus. It's really robust and chunky, and the spoon is massive, so it is. So, something slightly different today, kind of an impromptu review of a Yugoslavian mess set, and I'm going to break this down now, so I'm going to rebuild it. Any ideas what you carry for EDC or anything I've missed there, or anything you think would be good to add to it, let me know. I do hope you've enjoyed the home content. It's slightly different what we usually do, but it was a good time to reflect on kit and reflect on some skills. So I hope you enjoyed them videos as well. As always, if you like what we do or you might see more, check out some of our playlists, and of course leave a comment and like the videos if you can, and subscribe if you want to. That'd be great. We enjoy making these videos and hope you enjoy them too.